don't even want to do.
Alright.
Okay, so as promised, we've come back with the second installment of the Conjuring series. It's also known as the Enfield Poltergeist.
Yes.
Dang thing's 2 freaking hours long.
It's good though. Like it brings in so many different views and so many different like expansions of what the series is going to be about.
Yeah, and I liked that about the first one, how it kind of set up Annabelle. Well, this one sets up the nun.
Yes, in which we still haven't watched, and we're going to. It's part of our process and part of our series that we're
Really excited
doing.
about that
Very
one.
excited. But this was the budget of $40 million,
Yes.
which is pretty good.
And brought through a worldwide gross of over 300 million.
And it's crazy because I even like I'm on Twitter on the horror stuff, and The Conjuring is said to be one of the most like overrated of its type. Of possessions and such like that.
I've heard that from a few people, but I hear it more often when they talk about things like, what is it, Sinister or Insidious?
Insidious.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that a lot about that one.
In which The Conjuring, yes, everybody knows the series, but they've branched out to their own, again, like Annabelle, the Nun, stuff like that. So I like how they've separated
Stepped
it a
outside
little
of that
bit.
box.
So this one takes place 6 years after the first Conjuring.
Yes.
And the continuance of the series.
This one is also based off of a real life haunting that occurred over the pond in England.
Yes.
In 1977, Ed and Lorraine were brought in to investigate the home of a single mother, Peggy, who not only believed there was something evil in their home, but that her daughter Janet was possessed.
And it's kind of crazy that they had lived in the house for some time.
Yeah.
Before these events started happening.
Well, and one of the things they don't really, I guess, convey all that well in the movie is they've been dealing with it for many years before Ed and Lorraine came in. The British investigation group that was in right before Ed and Lorraine, I believe right before, they actually lived in the home for a year before Ed and Lorraine showed up, conducting investigation on all of this. They have been going through this for quite some time.
And there are actual footage.
Yes, there's actual photos and footage.
Happening. And it's crazy because the movie, and we had talked about this, is that in the movie they did so well to copying the real life photography of what they were wearing, posters in the rooms. Like,
it was
even down to the color of the clothing on each individual like outfit was exactly the way it was in the actual photos that were taken.
It was refreshing to see.
They did their homework.
That they really, really paid close attention. Great eye for detail.
Absolutely.
And I think that's one of those little appeals to people who really, really, really like ghost stories.
And what it is that it's the, I'd say young. It wasn't the youngest, but it was like the young middle age. Because how many girls were there?
Oh, 3 girls and a boy, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Janet, main focus of everything, possessed. In real life, a lot of people actually believe this entire thing to have been an elaborate hoax. Yeah. That Janet was some kind of extremely talented ventriloquist.
Now, the reason why they say that is because there was an actual, a group that went in to record her in this specific setting in which she was not
She got caught on video throwing things around in the kitchen and so on and so on.
In the chair, though, in the corner, they were people that weren't Ed and Lorraine that were recording, but made her put water in her mouth. But she was
they believed it. And another reason would be that in an interview, the real young lady who went through this actually admitted to having faked some of the events. 2% was phony. It was all made up.
2%.
And, okay, that takes a lot to openly admit that you did that. It is the longest recorded paranormal investigation or poltergeist activity investigation thus far in the history of the investigation, according to the main actress, Vera. Oh, I'm not going to say her last name.
Butchered the name.
I'm going to
Vera.
destroy it.
Vera. But if you think about it, the paranormal investigators were living in the house for a year. And she had stated in a polygraph, it was only 2% that was a lie. Well, in an entire year, think of how much time that is. 2%?
Yeah.
That's nothing. So yeah, she played a phony trick here and there to maybe get attention. But in overall effect, the actuality is that it was very real during the entire time.
And they played off of that in the movie in the scene where she got busted on video. And she expressed that if she didn't do that, whatever this thing was that was, filling the house with such horridness, she said she had to do that or it was going to hurt her or hurt someone in her family.
Kill the other sibling.
So they kind of hinted on it like, look, looks fake, but...
In which she had stated that in the movie that she can hear this being, this poltergeist, continuously speaking to her.
Yeah, says he's always in her ear.
And this is where they introduced the nun, like we had stated, that is following and targeting Ed pretty much the entire time. It wants him.
Yeah.
And then they also introduced the Cricket Man.
No, not Cricket Man. Oh, Crooked Man.
Crooked.
Yes. The Crooked Man who walked a crooked mile. He had a crooked cat, and I used to know that rhyme by heart, and I can't remember it anymore.
But they introduce all these different things throughout the movie, and it's kind of interesting because neither one of those two, in all real life actuality, have nothing to do with.
No, absolutely nothing. But they're little extra boxes.
Yeah, they Hollywood it and made it fit in, but they did a really good job with it. And The Nun, I cannot wait to watch that movie because it looks terrifying. Like her herself as a being, the presence that she gives off while she's haunting Ed and Lorraine.
And as an ex-Catholic, nuns scare the crumb out of me. The sisters in the church scare me. They make you feel about that tall, and even if you didn't do anything wrong, you'd be willing to confess.
So I'm giving this one, it's not my favorite so far out of the Conjuring series, but for suspense tactic wise, it's a 3 out of 5 for me. It wasn't the greatest, but again, it showed the value of the upcoming ones in the series.
Good authenticity.
But for how close they came to the real life, photos and everything, the detail was great.
Yeah, but it was absolutely gorgeous.
Overall, still a 3 out of 5 for me.
I'm gonna have to go with a 3 as well, which I've explained to Drake how I break that stuff down, and one of these days take a movie to explain why we do the 1 through 5 instead of 1 through 10 or thumbs up type crap.
Right.
But yeah, I have to say 3 simply because it wasn't as scary as I wanted it to be. With Poltergeist, I don't expect gore. I'm not going into it looking for gore.
No, of course not.
But it really, it didn't make me want to curl up in a blanket.
There's suspense scare, but there wasn't. And
not much for a jump scare in there.
Right, it was just long drag suspense, which was still good. It's still a good movie.
And when you're in the mood for that, it's a great movie for it.
Absolutely.
And I'm really excited to move on to the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, on a separate cut note here real quick, we are doing a recommended movie because we had come across several fantastic movies lately.
And we watch so many in our spare time that we can't do a video on all of them. So we found a way to let you guys know there is a gold mine out there.
Okay, so the first one we're going to be recommending to y'all, this is on Prime.
Yep.
It was free. As of currently today, as 5/20, it is free on Prime. The Night Watchman.
Absolutely fantastic, from 2017.
Yes.
And again, The Night Watchman. Absolutely wonderful. It's got 80s montage music. Vampires.
Purposefully.
80s. Vampires. Clowns. You will get heavy doses of sarcasm. There are stoners.
Oh my gosh.
And you get gore.
So much gore.
So much gore.
They did. I mean, from the get-go of the movie.
Oh, and it's not super over-exaggerated. It's just enough to put it over the top.
It's so freaking funny. Like,
it's great.
Should we go into what it's about, or
No.
just leave it at that?
No. Let's just put it this way.
Put in the comments if you end up watching this movie,
Yes.
or if you've seen this movie, The Night Watchman on Prime, for free right now. It's wonderful.
Let's put it this way. We haven't watched a movie since seeing Benny Loves You that we felt this excited about. So we're putting it right up there with Benny Loves You.
And the Wonderland one, that one was really good.
Wonderland.
With Nicolas Cage.
Willy's Wonderland.
That was another one that was really good, and it was compared to Benny Loves You.
It was insane. Willy's Wonderland is
it's a good one.
Gemstone.
That's another one.
Absolutely fantastic.
About the Night Watchman. Please go watch it. Let us know what you think in the comments, because
there's just about every group who can find something in this that they like. Go watch this.
We were so excited when
it was fantastic.
About 20 minutes in, we were looking at each other like,
all right.
Do we have time to record another one into this? And no. We have so many going on right now with this Conjuring series. And
yeah, well, and then add into it, we have lives outside of doing this stuff. So we've got work schedules, school scheduling. I do other jobs on the side. So we can't get to them all. And that's our cue.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Gore to Be Gore.
Yes.
Gore to Be Gore.
And
you
in our next episode will be The Conjuring 3.
Yes.
So thank you, everybody. And every single one of you have very pleasant nightmares.